Good day, and I am Boipelo Peterson, and I will be giving a brief PowerPoint presentation. The Alchemist is a well-known novel by Brazilian writer Paulo Coelho. Santiago is the main character in The Alchemist, and he decides to embark on a lengthy journey to find treasure within the Egyptian pyramids. And he decides to leave his family and friends behind because he is willing to take that risk and he is willing to learn from the journey. Whilst he's in the journey, he experiences lots of trials and tribulations, with examples of him being lost, him not knowing who to trust, and him not knowing where to go, and him being doubtful of himself, starting to having people discourage him on finding his journey. Within the journey, Santiago meets lots of people like Melchizedek who help him with certain issues. Positive people like Melchizedek who even give him advice such as to having to realize one's destiny is one's true obligation. That's an example of a quote that resonates with me and a quote that I can apply in my life. Within his journey, he also ends up meeting dreadful and grim people like the thief of Tangier who steals his treasure at the end. Characteristics of Santiago include him having a big appetite for adventure, and he's always very curious to learning and open to having new experiences and meeting new people. He's very conservative and he's very spiritual and faithful. Characteristics that are similar and that resonate with me is that I tend to also be curious and open-minded at times, and I pride myself in being spiritual and faithful. Close to the ending of the book, we can see that Santiago has grown and developed a lot as a character in the book, and he seems to be more focused and goal-driven, and he's more attentive and he's less distracted from people who used to discourage him from finding his treasure. This resonates with me as I like in being focused, and I'm the person who wants to improve more on focusing and being goal-driven. Santiago's journey of him having to leave his family and friends behind to find the treasure relates a lot with me because I too am in a situation where I'll be turning 18 and I'll be forced to leave family and friends behind for university. This means that I'll be alone, and just like Santiago, I will have to learn how to maneuver and adapt to certain situations in order for me to survive. I have also learned a lot of knowledge. I've gained a lot of knowledge, and quotes like having to realize one's destiny is something that I will carry with me in the rest of my life. The Hate You Give is written by American author Angie Thomas, and her books are commonly centered around the theme of the language of power, community, and loyalty. Star Carter is the main character in The Hate You Give, and she attends a posh high school out of the gang-ridden suburbs where she lives called Garden Heights. In the novel, her best friend gets shot and killed by a white cop, and Star has to figure out how to move into both worlds, her schooling world and her environment. Now in the book, Star starts off as a restrained and private individual who likes to keep to herself, and she's very uncertain and indecisive at times. She's very analytical as she has learned a lot from her dad, and she can still recall a lot of information, whether it's from school or whether it's from home, that she applies in her life. By the end of the book, we learn that Star has developed and she has become a more outspoken person who dedicated herself to helping stop racial injustices and police brutality. She became more of an activist and a leader as she decides to speak up for the black community and their frustrations in the book for the killing of Khalil, her childhood friend. She also becomes more aware of herself, and her identity issue has been eradicated as she has decided to love her true self and to be able to just be one person and be herself. Now, this character resonates a lot with me because just like Star in the beginning of the book, I'm also very conservative and I keep to myself. And I strive to spread my wings a bit and show people what I'm capable of. Star becomes a leader within the book. And right now, I'm not yet a leader, but I also strive to become a better person, to be able to help and be active more into the community, and to overall find myself and to become a better person. The Hate You Give and The Alchemist are two examples of books that resonate with readers. Thank you.